You good?
Yeah.
Yo, salute to everybody here in the building, man. Y'all know what time it is. Welcome to the latest installment. We're going to call this one Coffee and Convo because it's early. But got me and my little bro in the building, man, live. Where are we live from, man?
Parts unknown, ladies and gentlemen. Parts
There
unknown.
What borough are we on?
We're not in a borough.
Okay.
We're on Long Island.
There you go. So we are on Long Island right now, New York. I'm about to head out actually in a few hours. Catch this flight, man, back. We had to do a hangover Monday before I got out of here, man. Little bro, how you feeling right now, man?
Defeated. Honestly, defeated. Wasted says it, you say it. Nasty, nasty, nasty work yesterday. Home opener. This was a team that we did talk about it. We all talked about it collectively. Like, this was indeed a trap game. It doesn't matter what our record was, whatever. We've realistically have only played one quarter this season of complete football.
One, and that was the fourth quarter, week 2, Baltimore Ravens. The offense looked terrible. Once again, you guys, I believe we had about 50 yards rushing.
Yeah.
Couldn't get the ground game going again. Gardner Minshew struggled. Luke Getsy's offense is terrible. Couldn't get Tay involved. I think we targeted him 9 times. I believe he had about 4 catches, I think. Let me look this up. I think about 40 yards receiving. Nasty work. In the long of 15. Brock Bowers, man, was only targeted 4 times. Like how, after having those big 2 games, like how do you only target him 4 times?
And that was a guy that I had projected to have 100 receiving yards and get his first touchdown in the NFL. And just, if you guys watched the presser last night, at least hearing Gardner Minshew for his 30 seconds, we came out flat. Yeah. Motherfucker, you guys played flat the entire game in all 3 phases of the game. Like, Carlson missed another field goal already, guys.
Yep. Another one at home where he was perfect about 2 seasons ago. We're gonna give some game balls away. I don't really know if anybody's gonna get a game ball. You know what I'm saying? But pause if necessary.
I'm not giving. No.
Okay. Look, well, we got to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. There was a whole bunch of ugly yesterday, you guys. Trayvon Merrick, once again, man, looked really, really bad out there. Safety. Marcus Epps went down with a non-contact knee injury. The reports have not really came out yet, you guys, but we're hearing that it may be a season-ending, knee injury to our starting safety. So you hate to see that, man. Hope Marcus Epps gets cool. This was a big year for him, contract year. It looks like we lost him for the year. What's up with all these non-contact knee injuries, man? Malcolm Kuntz gone for the season.
And it's crazy because you have 2 of these guys you're talking about right now that are both on contract years.
Yeah. It's nasty, man. I mean, what do you see with this whole Merrick situation? It's like he takes these bad angles. He's refusing to tackle. That touchdown that was given up in the back of the end zone, like Merrick it was like he just gave it to him. Like, well, what's going on here with Trayvon Merrick right now?
This is a guy that we talked about the tandem of Marcus Epps and Trayvon Merrick last season, and they were actually in the top 10 as best safety tandems in the league last year. And Merrick had a career year last year. It was his best of the first 3 years he's had in the league.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden he's fallen off. Like, it's nothing new in terms of defensive scheme and his responsibility. So I'm not understanding why all of a sudden he's like fallen off a bit.
I mean, the defense as a whole looked bad. This is what this defense looks like, you guys, without a Max Crosby, period. He was injured, high ankle sprain. He was on and off the field all game long. This is what the defense looks like without a healthy Max Crosby. Sorry, I think I'll drink the Kool-Aid early on this defense. This is what they look like when Max is not out there getting after the quarterback every single play. This is what this defense looks like without a Malcolm Kuntz, on the other edge.
Who would have thought the Red Rifle would come out slinging like that? What's with all these relics around the NFL slinging the ball like MVPs? # call Flacco. I think Flacco is a backup in Indy right now. And Dalton, we talked about this last week as we did the matchup preview. For his career against the Raiders, he's 4-0.
5-0
now. 5-0. Like, they needed that change of the guard at the quarterback position. And again, and I said this a couple of times when we were down on the shore yesterday. This is Raiders being Raiders.
Yeah,
you're playing down to teams that you should easily beat. And then you played teams like the Baltimore Ravens, who made it to the AFC Championship game last year, and you shut down Lamar Jackson, you shut down Derrick Henry, and you got that win. It was a come from behind win, but you guys still won. Make it make sense right now.
This guy has not played football in a long time, Hammer. Was very efficient. Threw the football 37 times, had 319 yards in the air, averaged 8.6 a clip, had 3 touchdowns. He was sacked twice, had a QBR of 86.9. Andy Dalton came out there and he was having fun. You could see it written all over his face. He's out there smiling left and right. He was getting his guys involved. Finally, Deontay Johnson had got them, they got rid of some draft capital in order to go get him from Pittsburgh. Yep. He had a big game, 8 receptions, 122 yards. I tell you, he was targeted 14 times. They were throwing the football all over the place. Chuba Hubbard, I think, had about 180 yards all purpose.
Yep.
Was he like 120 rushing yards?
130 rushing yards.
Oh, well, no, 114.
Oh, it's 114?
Yeah. All together, they had 131. So you're correct. But, that's just insane that Chuba Hubbard will go out there and have a career game against one of the better defenses in the league. Adam Thielen went down with an injury, but before that, he was carving up that defense. He had 3 receptions on 3 targets, 40 yards and a touchdown. He was targeted 5 times. My apologies. But, there was just no answers, man. And then you look at, the run game. We had 55 yards, man. Zeus, 10 carries, 34 yards, average 3.4 clip. That's not going to get it done. Receiving, man, we had 296 yards. A lot of that was in garbage time with Aiden O'Connell out there. So Trey Tucker was our leading receiver. He was targeted 9 times, had 7 receptions. He had 96 yards and a tutty, but once again, last minute, didn't really matter. Soft defense. Look, I know a lot of people are screaming for Aiden O'Connell to be out there right now. Look, you guys know that we were on the Aiden O'Connell train. We were all for him being the starter moving forward. Sure. But I'm not going to jump just to conclusions and say that he needs to be the guy after one drive in garbage time minutes. You know what I'm saying? Now, would I love for him to be out there to be our quarterback moving forward? Look, I'm an Aiden guy. You know what I mean? Until we can get another guy, definitely. But I'm not going to base that off that one drive where, you're playing a soft defense. They're just trying to get off the football field healthy.
And I mean, we talked about this like last night. And I think we brought it back up this morning on the drive back. Like, it's just so coincidental. Last year we played in Chicago and got dog walked, and that was when Garoppolo wasn't the starter at the time. I believe Hoyer started that game. Garoppolo was down. We're getting dog walked, and a little under 5 minutes left in that game. Insert Aiden O'Connell. Same thing yesterday, and people were getting hyped because he drove the ball. Didn't do a bad job with the passing, I can tell you that right now. And he had that really solid throw to Jacoby Myers, and then hit him again for the 2-point conversion. And right away in the presser after the game, they asked about that. Do you think you're going to have him start next week? Like, it's not the issue right now. The offensive line, the offensive play calling, our running back room. Like, you guys are saying start Madison. I've been saying start Madison now for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And when Zeus came into this league, when we drafted him, saw a couple of glimpses of him, and I said, like, this dude has no vision. Last year, he got those last 4 starts at the end of the season with Jacobs out, and he was being talked about around the league. This guy could really be that guy for the Raiders this coming season, and he's done nothing.
No.
Madison, see how he's gotten involved. Another touchdown, 3 consecutive weeks for Alexander Madison, just punching it up the gut. He definitely is a hell of a lot more serviceable right now, more serviceable as a starter than Zeus right now. But again, the offensive line isn't doing shit either.
Real quick, we talked about this offline, and I want to get your opinion on this.
Yeah.
AP stated that the plan was to take Parham out, and it had nothing to do with the injury that he was dealing with all week long. I think he was dealing with an ankle injury, right? The plan was to have JPJ come in at some point and play right guard.
Yep.
You have Dylan Parham, a guy that has been pretty much your best offensive lineman up to this point, on a rookie deal. He's still putting it all together. What is the concept behind that? Like Cody Whitehair has struggled. Andres Pete has struggled. They've said in previous pressers when we drafted him that he was going to be a guard, but it was left guard. This wasn't going to be a right guard situation when you move Parham to the right side. What the hell what's the thought process?
So my thing is right now, if I was in that situation, you guys have heard me give
salute to DB,
a projected starting offensive line for us from left to right. And I've talked about this in terms of switching Parham this season. Miller and Parham were solid on the left. Mm-hmm. It was a lot of that right side that was a problem. Yeah. I'd much rather if you were going to plug in JPJ Obviously, we know he didn't start. I would have much rather have just said, hey, Dylan, we're throwing you at left guard. Fuck Pete. Fuck Whitehair. Put him at left guard. Let JPJ cook at right guard. We know Mumford went down with that injury. Glaze came in. Glaze stepped up.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
Yeah, I think right now we go into this week 4 matchup against Cleveland. I think they need to make the necessary adjustment and go Miller, Parham, James, JPJ. If Mumford's good, he's good. If not, keep Glaze at right tackle.
There's no updates yet, you guys, on Mumford's injury. He did go out early on in the game, and Glaze was inserted at right tackle. So we'll see. We'll talk about that this week once the injury reports start to come out. But I mean, in Cleveland, they're dealing with some injuries themselves all across that O-line, especially, man. You know, Teller, we just seen that he's going to miss some weeks. He'll be out the all-pro guard out there in Cleveland. They're dealing with some blows. But I'm going to be honest, man. You know, Cleveland does not look good this year. We have not looked good this year. We just got beat by the worst team in the NFL. Like literally, statistically, on paper, we lost to the worst team in the NFL. I don't care if we have back-to-back home games. Look, Cleveland, man, look, they still have a star-studded defense. I don't know how this offense can score. And I know we'll talk about that more on, as the week goes by.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, dude, like, how can we be excited about this team? They just went out there and laid an egg against the Carolina Panthers. Look, Andy Dalton made a business decision, man. Andy Dalton made a business decision. He said, I'm going 5-0 on these motherfuckers, man.
I do want to play AP's presser from last night. We do not. The presser for this afternoon isn't for another little under 2 hours, and we're going to be off by then anyways. But I really want to go back because I've heard it countless times. This morning, we were listening to ESPN Radio New York on the way out here, and we heard it as well. And I think all of us need to try to figure out what he means with what he said in this presser. And I'm
gonna tell you, guys, how I feel like deciphering this message of what our head coach stated: business decisions. But I do believe that fits the narrative. That fits a few different players. I don't think it's one specific guy. When you look on tape, remember I played that play for you where Jack Jones literally just took the play off.
Yeah,
like he was avoiding contact.
Right.
That's an AP guy. Jack Jones literally. There was a play, you guys. I'm gonna find it on Twitter, and I want to show you guys this on the next Coffee and Convo tomorrow. It was disgusting. Jack Jones just completely, pretty much ran away from the ball carrier. You know what I mean? And it's just like, what are we doing here? The Merrick, not doing anything. The Devontae Adams of the world. He had a rough game yesterday. A lot of people are assuming immediately that he's talking about our superstar wide receiver. He may be, but I think that there's a ton of players that fits that
what he was saying.
Yeah, that narrative, you know what I mean, of him stating that. And we're going to play this real quick, you guys. Salute to everybody that's sending supers, and salute to everybody in the chat. We didn't say this either. Wipe them feet, y'all. Break them thumbs. Hit that subscribe button. If you're not subscribed yet, man, salute to the real Gary. No name and dinosaur quarterbacks ball out against us. Salute to our brother, man. This team has the gout. And salute to Wasted, man. I'm actually wearing my Napoleon Kaufman jersey, man. My brother gifted me this weekend, man. Salute to my brother, Wasted Talent, as well. Hammer has the presser here, you guys. For those who have not gotten an opportunity to check out some of the snippets, we're going to play it real quick, and then we'll give our takes on what we thought our head coach mean. And then I'm going to get into this AP talk as well, because I'm starting to, I've been felt the way about AP. You guys know that, right? I mean, I said before Ben Johnson was my number one, and then we found out he was going to stick around Detroit. It was Jim Harbaugh 1A, AP 1B, but
it's not good enough.
Let's go.
Obviously,
give me a thumbs up so I know you guys can hear it.
I was ready. I appreciate the crowd. Everybody showing up. They did their part. We did not. Scheme wasn't good enough. The design of the plays wasn't good enough today. What we thought was going to work didn't work, and on the grass we didn't execute, nor did we put up forth, to me, the effort that we had put up in games past.
Antonio, you said that you've wanted to be a team that controls the line of scrimmage, and on both sides of the line of scrimmage today, it didn't feel like that was.
Now we got our ass whooped.
Yeah.
Both sides of the trenches.
What's the crux of that? Would you say?
We got our ass whooped. We got to put pads on. I don't know. I mean, gotta get on the sled. It's the same group that's for the most part all come back, and same technique, same coaches. It's not a different scheme. So obviously we're gonna have to coach it better and be some hard asses on the guys, and guys got to take some rough coaching, because that just didn't see that coming on either side of the ball. We thought we had opportunity to run the ball.
Hey, no Diddy, man, no Diddy.
I mean, tried.
It was Jacob.
Yeah, I would have booed us too, but offensively, defensively, we didn't do a good enough job up front. Not good enough.
Coach, I know you're upset with the performance. How would you rate your concern about the team's effort? It seemed like this is one of the first games under your leadership that the team just didn't seem to show up tonight.
No, they didn't. I think as the game went on, I don't think it was a team. I think there was definitely some individuals that made business decisions, and we'll make business decisions going forward as well.
Antonio,
I'm gonna stop.
Yeah.
Up.
It's all good. Just hit the pause button on it. What's your take on that?
That's the thing. I don't know how to feel about this. I don't know. Like, we had this conversation in the car, and it's like, and we were listening to
ESPN Mike and Mike.
Yeah, we were listening to Mike Greenberg, and Mike Greenberg is like, "Oh, that means he's talking about Tay. Tay's coming to the Jets.
Yeah.
I prayed for this. I bet on this." And I'm like, I don't think he's necessarily. It's directed towards Devontae Adams.
Man, did you see Devontae's response to it?
He kind of just was like,
he's kind of like, I don't know what that is or what what he's talking about.
Right.
So, but look, I think that a lot of these players fit in what he's trying to say.
Right.
But I have to say this, and I did see somebody that said this in the chat. Bro, Gardner, man, there was a lot of guys open. There was a lot of times where I seen Brock Bowers in the middle of the field wide open. There was times where Tay was open, Jacoby, all these guys, and Gardner was not being able to find a way to get the ball to him. This was a group effort, bro. Everybody sucked yesterday, dog. Yeah. Devontae dropped a few balls. You know what I mean? We couldn't get the ground game going. Gardner Minshew looked bad. Yeah, statistically, you see that he put up another 200 yards, right? I believe 18 for 28, which is pretty efficient. 214, he threw a pick. He had a touchdown. He was sacked twice, QBR of 41.7. That's not going to get it done, right? But, I mean, a lot of this lies on Luke Getsy as well on the offensive side of the ball. But this is showing me as well, you guys, Luke Getsy's a terrible OC. We said this once we hired him. But James Craig is terrible. He's terrible. Look, that is a talented O-line, man. Those are some talented guys up front, bro. James Craig should be able to unlock that talent out of these guys. Part of him, he didn't just – these guys don't regress like that just overnight, bro. Like, this is James Craig. This is Joe Philbin, a guy that hasn't had a job, at least as a head coach, in a while in the NFL, right?
This is the offensive scheme. This is the blocking scheme that they've implemented in this new offense for all these guys this year. And it sucks. Like, you guys saw the thumbnail. Let's play the blame game because you saw Telesco, Getsy, AP. We've talked about the situation in terms of coming towards the draft and us potentially trying to move up in the draft for Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
Reports are out. Well, no, there's no reports out there.
There's talk behind the scenes.
There's talk behind the scenes.
Yeah.
That Telesco was the one that said, no, we're not doing that.
Yes.
There's another reason that
Josh Jacobs
ain't here.
Yes.
That's the reason he's not here for those that don't know. And you know what? At this point, I don't care. I will put it out there.
Well, you know what? Multiple sources told us. It wasn't just the one that we both know personally. Yeah. There was 3 or 4 different people that told us behind the scenes that Tom Telesco refused to, Josh even said he'd take a hometown discount.
Yes.
He said, look, I'll take $8 million, $7.5, $8 million to stick around, but you have to promise me that you're going to go get a quarterback.
Yep. And they knew what the contract was that was offered to him by Green Bay. Yeah. And Telesco said, take the money.
Yeah. So, and that's exactly what he said. Go take that money. Yep. Salute the Raider Felon, man. We keep blaming the OL, but I saw there you go. Felon, exactly. Wide open, Minshew didn't pull the trigger. He's shaking in the pocket and can't make a decisive throw. He had time to make the throws, but he runs right into getting sacked.
Who does that quarterback remind you of?
Salute the Felon. That's a DC. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, facts. Salute to Don. Guarantee that Cleveland saw our game yesterday and they're probably licking their lips. Pause, Don, but this is facts.
Hey, no Diddy, man. No Diddy.
Salute to Don. Salute to Xavier as well on a $5 special. His best AO12 starts before more of the players are thrown into the hospital. I rooted for Minshew, but he's too much self-harm with our O-line unit, man. Salute to Xavier.
Truth. He set this team back 3 years. So stop with the Josh McDaniels shit. He set this team back 3 years. Outrageous contract for Chandler Jones. You gave all these other guys bags. You gave Hunter Renfrow a bag. You gave Darren Waller a bag. You gave DC a bag, and then you shipped them out. Like, no, don't do that. He set this team back 3 years. We could have had CJ Stroud. He didn't want it. Ziegler did. He set this team back 3 years.
And to be honest, right now, if Josh McDaniels was in the building, he'd probably be making the trade for Bryce Young because that is the guy that he wanted. He probably been reaching out to Carolina, and he probably gave up some early draft capital to go get him. You know what I mean? Salute to the real Gary once again. Sorry, old OL coach made the O-line look or a play above. Salute to my guy, the real Gary, man. Salute to Raider, man. 36, I've been seeing this shit 36 years. I'm so tired. Hey, brother, as someone that's been doing this for 40, I totally understand, brother. I really do. I want to talk about this AP situation here, man, because there was a time where we were talking to Honcho, and salute to our brother Honcho. He pulled up on us yesterday at Bar Anticipation. We had a great conversation after the show. And once again, our apologies, you guys, with some of the audio, with some of the mics. Some of us kept walking off because we didn't want to keep talking over each other. And two of the mics sounded phenomenal. So we kind of had to just, play our part and kind of move around a little bit. But there was a point where AP was on the sideline and Marvin Lewis was right there. And Marvin looked more worried than AP. And it looked like this was kind of like a Marvin Lewis-led football team.
Yeah.
Like he looked like the head coach there for a second. You know what I mean? I mean, what do you look at like that as AP? I mean, look, you're a first-year guy, right? You're going to need some veterans that you can lean on a little bit. But is this truly AP's team? Like, is he coaching this team? Or is it Joe Philbin, Luke Getsy, all these other guys that are veterans that are coming in and just taking over and doing as they see fit?
You have these guys in the building that have a shit ton of experiences at the head coaching level in the NFL. And I think, and I said this before, he brought these guys as your shoulder to lean on and to get the words of wisdom and help him develop as a head coach in the NFL.
Yeah.
But I think these guys might have a lot more input than you realize. But at the same time, I think the expressions on Marvin Lewis's face yesterday was something's got to fucking give. And we need bro, we need to make changes and we need to make changes now. This realistically, and I was going off yesterday. Nobody really saw it and I wasn't going to do it until I got back in front of a camera. I've told you guys time in, time out. 2-3 games of the regular season, then you can get my overall prediction. And the way that things look right now with this piss poor product, especially on the offensive side of the ball, you're looking at a 6-11 team right now. And I don't feel bad when I say that to you guys, but you're looking at a 6-11 team.
And that you may be a little nice with that prediction at this point. You don't only lose to the Carolina Panthers at Allegiant Stadium for the first home game of the season, coming off of a big road win against a great Baltimore Ravens team. You get absolutely fucking destroyed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Against the worst team. And I don't care if Andy Dalton was out there. This guy's 36, 37. He's a journeyman at this point. He's played, I think, on 4 or 5 different teams at this point. Mm-hmm. I don't care about scheming. You were planning ahead for Bryce Young and blah, blah, blah. Who cares? He's a veteran guy that's never really had a ton of success, even as a starter.
Right.
There's no reason you go out here and look like that against this team. And defensively, man, where do we go from here? Because, it looks like Epsie's going to miss some time. He may be out for the season. Malcolm Kuntz is gone. Tyree looked bad out there. He couldn't get any there was no pass rush, from him at all. I'm kind of over the whole Tyree Wilson front. But where do we go from here? I mean, Trey Taylor's out, our young pup, 7th rounder out of Air Force. Hopefully he can get back soon so we can see him and Palomalo out there. I'm hoping that can be a duo of the future at free and strong. And I think, man, you guys, I know people don't want to hear this, but it's time to get some of those young guys out there. Get some of those young guys out there, man. Let's see what Tommy Eichenberg, Gainer started to get some reps yesterday. He was all over the place. Where the football was, Amari Gainer was there.
That's what he does. And that's why I've been wanting to see him on the field time and time again, the last couple of weeks. Yes, Diablo's out with an injury. Is he going to get that spot back? If I've said this before, do your job so nobody else has the opportunity to take your crown.
Yeah.
They've taken that crown from him. I don't see him in the starting lineup, but at the same time, with his defensive front, for Mr. Hybrid, and Honcho said his piece on that yesterday. He's like, Patrick Graham does have a hybrid scheme defense, bad to worse. He needs to switch up and get out of this nickel package all the goddamn time.
Yes, man.
Go 4-3, go 3-4, but you have to change this shit up. This has to. It's still early. We're 3 weeks in, but if the shit is broken, you need to fix it and fix it quick. We need to fix this offensive line. Like I said, switch that offensive line going into this week. Go Miller, go Parham, go James, go JPJ, and go Mumford or Glaze.
Yeah.
Hopefully Mumford is good, but you have to make this change. We haven't seen McAllister was inactive yesterday. Lauby's inactive yesterday. Give these kids a look.
And you know what? And this may not be a popular take, you guys. Sit Max for the next 2 or 3 weeks. I'm sorry, a high ankle sprain, man. Like he is one of the top edge rushers in the NFL. This kid played on a really bad knee last year that could have killed him against the Kansas City Chiefs. You can't have this kid out there 100% of these snaps continuing to play the way he's playing. You seen yesterday he was in and on and off the field.
Yes.
I'm resting him.
Which we never we didn't see that at all. He was out there for every single defensive snap the first 2 weeks, and we talking about this earlier as well in terms of the Chargers and what they did.
Yeah.
Justin Herbert, they had to report out there that he had a high ankle sprain,
Yep.
and they still started him, and he left the game again with a boot on, and they put Easton Stick in. Guess what? These clowns are playing our other AFC West rivals.
No, Heineke came in, actually.
Heineke came in, my fault.
No, you good.
These clowns play our other AFC West rivals in the Chiefs next week.
Yeah.
And now you're going to be playing without him most definitely because you took that risk because you thought that he was able to do it.
The x-rays were negative, but you're definitely right. They're going to sit him. There's no way. There's no way, especially how bad our division is, even though Denver went out there and killed Tampa on the road, which was a big win for the young fella and Sean Payton and company. But we'll talk about that tomorrow on the AFC West Roundtable. But we were talking about this in the car. Why do we still not know what AP's contract is? Because look, you guys, I said it after the week 1 loss, and I hate to be the bearer of bad news, or maybe just my take isn't what a lot of people want to hear, right? I would be probably screaming a little bit if I wasn't where I am right now. But I'm gonna say this: AP has to figure it out. Sometimes there are too many voices in the building, and that can cause chaos. That's chaotic. You got Marvin Lewis helping on the defense side of the ball. That's Patrick Graham's defense. You have AP, a defensive-minded guy that loves defense. So there's so many minds over there on the defensive side of the ball. Then you have offensively, Luke Getsy's system is terrible, but you have James Craig, you have Joe Philbin, you have a whole slew of other guys out there. What's our quality control coach as well? Came over from the Commanders.
Another old head?
Came over from the Commanders last year. We thought he was going to take over the offense. But Bo Harden, we got Turner.
Yes.
Scott Turner, right?
Scotty Turner.
So that there's so many, like who is running the show? Who's running the show? AP, you're going to have to grab the bull by the horns, bro. Like real talk, you're going to lose this fan base if you haven't already lost a ton. I'm already seeing people already stating they're not going to go to Vegas. They're tired of spending thousands upon thousands of dollars to go out there and watch this type of shit. We deserve better as a fan base, you guys. I know a bunch of people that flew out there from Sacramento, flew out there from Atlanta, flew out there from all over the country to spend $1,000+ on a hotel, $1,000+ on tickets, $1,000+ on food and amenities. This is absolutely insane, man. Like, how did you look like this first game? And this was, AP was preaching, come blacked out, be blacked out. Well, guess what? We were. There's probably about 8-9 Panther fans in the building, and you got absolutely cooked.
Well, he gave the credit to Raider Nation for showing up and supporting, and that was the only good thing to take away from that game last night. And this is the second straight home opener that we've lost. Yeah. We lost to the Steelers last year in the Sunday night game.
Yeah. It's nasty work. Salute to Ty, man. It was good seeing you yesterday, too, our brother. Our brother came out with, I think, a torn ACL and came out there and kicked it with us yesterday. My take on everything, we should have gotten Russell Wilson for the cheap. Anyone but Getsy. Loves Zeus, but he ain't it. Defense and offense needs upgrades in every position. Any OCs left. And see, we don't know who's going to be available. And I'm telling y'all now, I'm going to keep preaching. I'm throwing this into the universe, bro. Ben Johnson. I love AP. I love what he's brought to the culture. I love that, a defensive first philosophy, but you have to have a great offensive mind in the NFL in today's football, bro. You have to. Luke Getsy's not it. Joe Philbin is an old head. Like all these other guys, James Craig has been in the league forever, helping O-lines out, the Niners, the Raiders, in early 2000s. He's been around. You need some fresh blood on the offensive side of the ball. If you want to win football games, you guys, yes, defense can win you football games. But if you want to win a Super Bowl, man, I'm going to be honest, you got to be able to go out there and outscore Patrick Mahomes. You have to be able to go out there and outscore the Lamar Jacksons of the world, which we did in week 2. But I'm just saying when football matters the most in the playoffs, you got to be able to outscore some of these better quarterbacks. You got to get a fresh mind. Ben Johnson, I'm telling you now, I don't know AP's contract, and that's why I keep mentioning that. I don't know if it was a 3-year. You were saying something along those lines. And we said that I think the average pay of quarterbacks is 6.6.
Yeah, so I said when we were talking about this on the drive, I'm convinced, and this is just me off the top of the head, that it was probably like a 3-year 15, a 3-year $18 million deal. And again, you cannot find his contract. You cannot find that salary anywhere.
Nope. And real quick, I love that comment right there from our guy, Sean. We were talking about this too. Bro, the Vikings are 3-0 with Sam Darnold. That offense is flowing. Even Mike and them were talking about, do they think about trading JJ McCarthy and just running with Sam Darnold? Because he's still fairly young.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And he's been a journeyman, but he's getting an opportunity in this O'Connell, or this O'Connell system out there in Minnesota, and they are balling. They're balling, bro. Guess why? Because he's an offensive guy, and then they also have Flores as a defensive coordinator who's a great mind that definitely got, the shit into the stick out there in Miami and other places that he was at. But
they're talking about them having, like, overall right now the best coaching staff in the NFL for both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
Which is insane. But Sam Darnold, second-round pick out of USC, it was drafted by the Jets, and Jets, their coaching staff was just abysmal. The front office was abysmal. He goes to Carolina, where quarterbacks' careers go to die pretty much, and got another chance with Minnesota with the absence of JJ McCarthy, and he's been lighting it up these first 3 weeks of the season. They're 3-0.
I got to ask you this, bro. And I'm going to ask the chat this too, and I'm going to read the super. Salute the heat check. What the hell happened to this defense? Because it just looks like, and salute to our brother Wasted once again, how do you just look that bad after looking the way you've looked in these last few weeks? Like, these guys look defeated, man. They look deflated.
They walked into that game yesterday, like, in their mind that this was going to be a cakewalk, and they just fucking laid down. That's what it looked like, and I'm not sugarcoating shit. I've told you guys this. If they're fucking up, they're fucking up. Boy, did they fuck up last night.
I think there's more to it, bro. And once again, this is just me talking. I'm not trying to.
There's something in the locker room going on?
I do. I think there's a lot more. I think that a lot of these guys, and remember I told you I heard something, we were talking at the diner a few moments ago about the Devontae Adams situation.
Yeah.
I just feel like that not everybody's bought in. Not everybody's bought in. I feel like there's so many question marks surrounding players like Devontae Adams. Is he going to leave? Is he going to stay? Is he going to go? And your leader out there, Max Crosby's hurt. He's hurt. Like,
but it was it was those two captains that were the ones that were shouting for AP.
Yes.
So,
and one of them was actually behind the scenes screaming for Luke Getsy to be the guy to call the O. And you got him. And you were targeted, 9 times and 4 receptions yesterday?
Yeah.
Nasty work. So I just think there's a lot more going on. I do want to see these young guys moving forward, though. I do want to see JPJ out there getting more reps. I think Glaze needs to be a guy on the right side at some point, whether it's, guard, tackle, whatever. Put your third rounder out there, man. Let him develop on the fly. It is what it is, man. I think Glaze is ready for that. He's prepared for it. He looked good in preseason. I was hearing really good things about him in OTAs. Tommy Eichenberg, Gainer, I think it's time to put them out there and get them some reps at the linebacker, some real reps. You know what I mean? I like Luke Masterson. He didn't look good out there yesterday.
No, Gainer definitely looked better than he did.
Yes. And you guys know I've been preaching about Luke Masterson. I'm a big fan of him. He didn't look good out there. You know what I mean? So I think it's time, man, to see some of these guys that, younger guys, the Tommy Eichenbergs, the Gainers of the world, to get some real reps. Spill was still out there playing like his hair was on fire. You're going to get that from him every game. I believe one of those sacks, we only had 2 sacks yesterday. I think Spill got one of them, right?
Yeah.
So, I just, and then the corners, Jack, man, what happened? What happened? You guys got absolutely cooked yesterday in the passing game. At 319 yards in the air. Deontay Johnson alone, 122 yards. Chuba Hubbard had 55 from the running back position. The young pup, I didn't even know that Xavier Legette had 2 catches for 42 yards. He did that very quietly.
Shit.
Adam Thielen, 3 for 40 with the touchdown. He was averaging 13.3 a clip before he went down. And it was a street close. Jonathan Mingo, the young pup, was out there doing his thing. I think Tommy Tremble came down with 3 catches for 30 yards. These guys just, look, man, they just picked you guys apart. Agent Zero looked good early on. He was out there, out there cooking on one, at one of the corner spots. But just as a unit, as a whole, these guys look bad from top to bottom. And I think a lot of it is because they depend so heavily on the effort that Max Crosby provides on the football field. For him to be hurt, I think that a lot of this team, I just think the confidence was gone. I think it was shaken. I think without Max Crosby on the football field, without their main leader in that locker room, these guys just look bad. You know what I mean? And once again, you have to prepare for these next few weeks potentially without him, because I am sitting Max Crosby. He is the present. He is the future. He is your everything. Do not allow him to go in here again and play against Cleveland, where, they're probably going to run the football a lot. Watson struggled in the passing game. They got, Jerome out there. They're going to run the ball. They're going to run the ball. And you do not want to see Max go out there and re-aggravate that ankle.
Look at this shit.
Look at 36.6 PFF.
Look at this shit.
Which one are you on?
Zeus.
45.3. Go ahead and read these, little bro. Let the chat know what we're looking at.
So we're going to go through the PFF grades, and I know probably y'all don't like to hear that shit, and it's analytics, which, I'm not an analytics person, but it's kind of an eye-opener, not from just, we've seen the performance. A lot of you guys that are in the chat have been watching the games as well, but these grades speak for itself. So we'll go from left to center. I'm going to start on the outside with Tay, 64.4. Jacoby Myers, 68.1. Colton Miller, 74.8. Andres Pete, 36.6.
Nasty.
Andre James, 58.6. Dylan Parham.
This is the shit that kills me right here, bro.
Dylan Parham, 82.8.
But you take him out and put JPJ when you could have just flipped him to the left side if you wanted JPJ at the right side and took the veteran out. And boom, you got one of your best offensive linemen out there. That's nasty.
Thayer Munford, 56.8. Brock, 77.9. Trey Tucker, 60.3. Minshew, 69.4. Zamir White, 45.3. Defensive side of the ball, Decorian Bennett, 45.2. Nate Hobbs, 67.7. J-Rob, 38.
Bad.
We got to look at these free agents right now.
Another offsides once again, back-to-back weeks.
Christian Wilkins, 69.1. Adam Butler, 66.9. Max Crosby, 74.6. Jack Jones, 57.9. Trayvon Merrick, 46.7. Spillane, 56.8. Luke Masterson, 52.1. And Marcus Epps, 45.3.
A safety duo, man. We were expecting big results from those guys this year. Both of them on contract years.
Yep.
And they look like they've never played the game before. Outside of, I love what Epps provides sometimes as a downhill tackler. He's definitely, did some work for us. But in coverage, man, it's like this duo, they just can't figure it out. Yeah, PFF, you guys, we don't go by PFF too much, but, we definitely wanted to read that off real quick and show you guys. Salute also, I did not read that super. My apologies.
Like I said, we never go off those numbers, and we've watched the games. We've been doing the play-by-play of the games, and you guys have watched the games. So it's evident that this shit is already a fucking piss poor performance anyways. I
saw a Josh McDaniels led team out there for the home opener. I thought the whole point of hiring AP was to change our identity and have games like yesterday. What is the problem with this team? Well, you know what? He checked. Who hired AP? Who brought in AP?
Josh McDaniels.
And this is not me trying to pick at AP, but who hired him as his linebacker coach? He would not be the head coach without Josh McDaniels in the building.
Facts.
So, he checked. This is a first-time head coach. He's going off of what he was taught by the previous regime and then adding some other guys into the mix that have been in the NFL and have a ton of experience. Why wouldn't it look like a Josh McDaniels-led team?
Agreed.
It is what it is. Salute to Raider Man. Worst O-line, worst OC, and backup talent at quarterback. Raider Man, you can't win like this. You definitely can't, man.
We talked about this on the drive, and it was, again, who's to blame? You could have went two ways with this going during the offseason. You have a quarterback now that his fifth-year option was declined.
Yeah.
That everybody thought that he was just not it.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what? He has a team with a solid defense. He has some okay weapons on the offense. They really haven't put up a shit ton of points, but guess what? That team is 3-0. And you know who that quarterback is? Justin Fields of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah.
Realistically, you look at Getsy, you look at Fields, you're seeing a lot of the shit that you've seen out of the Chicago Bears iffy offense under Luke Getsy. You're seeing the same product now. Their running game back then wasn't so bad. They seemed to get averaging over 100 yards a game with that run game. But now? No, absolutely not. Our offensive line can't get it together.
Yeah. And salute to Irvin, man. This is facts. The pass D was not contested the first 2 weeks, and they finally got exposed. But I didn't expect them to get exposed. I expected Watson over a damn Andy Dalton. You know what I mean? Like, bro, we may potentially make Deshaun Watson look like an MVP next week. He may get his groove back fucking with us.
And oh my God, just thinking about that.
Like real talk. Salute to Victor. Been a fan for 52 years. Don't know how much of this more shit I can take, man. Victor, look, brother, it hurts, especially for guys like us that travel the world to put these, parties together and to try to get the nation together, man. And bro, look, that shit fucked me up. Bro, I was up till 4 a.m. Like I couldn't even sleep. I'm just like, are you kidding me? Like we came all the way up here to watch. There was a reason we picked this game, you guys. We were excited. We're like, oh, it's the Carolina Panthers. I'm not looking past them. I'm just saying there's a very good opportunity to go out there first home game and beat this team.
Beat this team, have a good time amongst Raider Nation while we packed out that bar. But like Honcho said it, and I think people can agree with this now with the conversation me and him had last night. Like, look, when the defensive line and our linebackers are putting pressure on the quarterback, then our cornerbacks are going to look like studs.
Yeah.
But that pressure wasn't there yesterday. And our corners, our DBs, were getting cooked.
Yeah. Definitely, man. Salute to Heat Check. Any guesses on who AP was talking about making business decisions? I'm gonna say this. I think it was a multitude of people. Let me just say there was multiple players that fit in that circle that he was talking about. I think it was Jack Jones. I'm telling you now, there was a few plays out there, and I showed Lil Bro one where he just absolutely just allowed the defender to just it was just nasty work. Also, Merrick, he definitely made some business decisions out there. I mean, we could throw Devontae in there, right? Because statistically he didn't have a great game, but there was some times where he was open, and Gardner Minshew did not find him. So I can't blame that on Devontae Adams. You know what I'm saying? Could we throw some coaches into the mix, making business decisions? Could it have been Luke Getsy? You know what I mean? Could it have been, Patrick Graham out there? The defense fumbled yesterday. I mean, could it be J-Rob, who didn't have a good game by any means? One of those guys needed to help take over in that D-line with Max out. I mean, Christian Wilkins didn't, he was okay. I think, how many tackles did Wilkins have yesterday? I think he had, let me see. Shit, he had 2 tackles. He had a half a sack, but he had 2 tackles and he had 2 QB hits. So it wasn't a bad game by Christian Wilkins by any means, right. But you're not paying $100 million for that. Like, you need this guy to go out there and perform. We're thinking that we're getting a potential all-pro talent in Christian Wilkins. You know what I mean? And I know that 182, I know he's also dealing with an injury as well. I know he was on the injury report pretty much all week long, and he was questionable for a while. I understand that. I totally get that. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to play through it. You know what I mean? If you're out there, you got to play through it. And I mean, even Max was out there dealing with that high ankle sprain. You guys, do you understand how difficult that is to play on? I remember Wasted was telling us in the car last night, or telling us this morning on the phone, when he played ball, he played on his, a high ankle sprain. Until this day, his ankle still hurts. Yep. I mean, he got the gout, you know what I mean? So that definitely plays a role into it. You know what I'm saying? But that's insane. It's not easy to go out there and play on a high ankle sprain. There's a reason why some of these guys end up missing weeks upon weeks dealing with that.
I'm looking at this list right now for the available free agent defensive ends right now. Yannick is still out there, which we talked about that on my live last week. We put the poll up for that. Henry Anderson's available. Shaq Lawson is available. Majai Sanders, Pat O'Connor, Angelo Blackson. Like,
I can't get jiggy with that shit.
I would bring one of these guys in on a league vet minimum right now, especially with the opposite side of the edge. And then if we have Max out for an extended period of time, they have to fill that hole right now, and they have to fill that hole quickly.
And at this point, right, you can't stop the run.
Nope.
So you know what? Why not bring in Yannick? At least he can get to the quarterback. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, he's not going to give you too much in the run game, but we don't have anybody out there stopping the run anyway. These guys had 131 yards, I believe, on the ground yesterday. So at this point, why not bring in Yannick even after that ankle injury? At least he'll probably provide you some pass rushing ability, get to the quarterback here and there. You know what I mean? Like Snowden, I love that he has an opportunity to play at the highest level. He's not a guy that should be out there getting as many reps as he's getting right now. J-Rob, we love him. He has the measurable, he has everything that you need as a great defensive lineman, but he's still trying to put it all together. It's all in here. You know what I mean? So at this point, why not bring in somebody that has a specific skill set that can help us? And you guys know I've been against bringing in Yannick. I did not want to bring in Yannick at all. But now, seeing that Tyree's not developing, he's not helping too much, and Snowden, these guys can't get the quarterback. Why not? Why not? Why not?
10 Commandments on the $10. Any news on Mumford injury? Glaze played well, except for one play. O'Connell's decision-making looked good. Minshew panicking in the pocket all game. Always leaving the pocket too early. My vote, AOC to start. They mentioned it in the presser. I don't know if that's going to come to fruition this coming Sunday. Nothing on Mumford as of now. Again, Antonio Pierce is going to be stepping up to the podium in less than an hour. And I guess maybe give an update and then talk more about yesterday's embarrassing loss. But as it stands right now, there's no update on Mumford. And we were all happy to see Glaze come in. I know it's you can't really put it that way when it's our starting tackle that was injured. But he came in and did what
Hey, no Diddy, man. No Diddy.
he came in at right tackle and he did a very serviceable job. And this is a guy that we've talked about that realistically should be in that starting offensive lineup right now as well. So we shall see.
Who do you think, man, will give us a better opportunity to win right now? Is it Gardner Minshew? Because just a few days ago, 24 hours ago, we were excited about what Gardner Minshew has been able to do. I mean, he hasn't looked great by any means, but he still was at the top of the league statistically. I mean, do you think at this point it's better to throw out, Aiden O'Connell? Because I'm going to be honest. I think that if he does throw Aiden out there, I think AP is going to look desperate. I think he looks desperate. I think he's like, I'm trying to save whatever I have going on over here, and I'm going to put it on the shoulders of my guy, the guy that I want.
I think O'Connell being out there for the little bit of time he was out there last night showed that he's a lot more capable at this point, even though not being really mobile. But it looked as if he had a little bit more time in the pocket to make those passes.
Well, I mean, it's at the end of the game.
Yeah, like I know that they were playing loose, but
there was no real pass.
He was a little bit more effective at passing. He did get sacked though, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
He did get sacked. Yeah. So I think he was.
He was 9 for 12, 82 yards, 6.8 a clip, and he had a tutty. And he was sacked once.
Yeah,
he would have been sacked probably 8 times yesterday.
That little bit of time he was out there, he showed to be a little bit more effective. And I don't know. I guess that the media created this shit last night with that press conference, and I think it's about to start another storm of QB controversy. But at the same time, it was made clear when it was announced that Gardner Minshew was a starting quarterback that he's the starter the first quarter of the season. So realistically, Minshew is still being evaluated. They could be like, hey, we're benching you. Like, you're not getting it done. You're not leading this offense. It's time for O'Connell to step up.
As much as I like Aiden, you guys know, I think that's the wrong way to go about this. I do. I don't think that it's smart to just in the middle of what you got going on. You're not even done with the first quarter of the season yet. And if you're evaluating, like they said, right, we're going by a quarter to base.
If they're going a quarter of the season, he's got one more
game to see what we can do against Cleveland and that stingy defense.
Yeah.
I don't think it's the time to go out there and throw Aiden O'Connell out there. You're paying this guy big money. You allowed him to be the guy. Now what happens if Aiden goes down? Mind you, Gardner's a professional. Like if Aiden gets thrown out there and he gets hurt or some shit, God forbid, Gardner be ready to go again, right? Yeah. But I don't think it's the time to do that. I think that at this point we have a better opportunity to win with Gardner Minshew because he's already been out there. He's already working, building that chemistry. I mean, look what Aiden did. Immediately went right back to Jacoby and Trey Tucker. The two guys he had the chemistry with.
And that's the thing with Aiden, though. Like, Aiden was still reading. He was reading through his progressions from what I saw out of him yesterday. I felt like he was reading through his progressions a hell of a lot quicker and making the smart decisions.
Yeah.
Not throwing shit into a ton of coverage. And you're talking about giving out game balls. The one person that I can say I could give a game ball to right now would be Trey Tucker.
Okay.
Trey Tucker tried his best to make things happen, and
Jacoby too.
Jacoby as well. Jacoby had the touchdown.
Yeah.
But I would probably give one to Trey Tucker.
I give one to Trey. I give one to Jacoby. This is if we had to give any game balls, you guys. I don't think anybody deserves them, but I'll give Spillane one too. And you know what? I'm gonna give Max one for going out there and trying to fight through that shit. But somebody needs to be brave enough to grab Max and say, "Dude, we need you to have a long, illustrious career. No. We don't need you to go out there and hurt your ankle and potentially cut your career in half because you want to be this damn, macho man. You want to be this, just Superman where it's like, oh, I played through everything. No, young man. No, that's not how this shit works. Some of the greatest guys. I've watched Reggie White. I watched Lawrence Taylor. I watched all these guys. If you're hurt, take a moment to breathe. Get your shit together, man. We need you moving forward. You are the biggest piece on the chessboard for us. Somebody needs to be brave enough to say, Max, not put him in and out of the game. Say, you are sitting. Period, bro. You're sitting.
I feel he's going to lose his shit and be like, fuck y'all, I'm playing.
Hey, well, and guess what happens? And then once again, the inmates are running the asylum.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it already looks like that anyway because AP was named the head coach. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, and what your best player said, potentially everything's on the table, right?
Yep.
So it kind of already looks like there's already a power struggle in the building regardless. Salute to Heat Check. I saw Sanjeet said there was a miscommunication on the INT with Tay supposed to go inside. But see, I'm tired of that, Heat Check, because we heard the same thing last time, right? When Minshew threw the ball behind the line of scrimmage and it ended up costing, it ended up being a turnover.
Yeah.
There was a miscommunication with Devontae on that side too. Yeah, but I didn't read that last part. That is definitely on Getsy. That is definitely on Getsy. If that's what's going to continue to happen here, and once again, Devontae didn't return to football activities for a while. Him and Minshew are still trying to figure each other out.
Yep.
They're literally learning on the fly right now how each other operate. Yeah, he had a big game last week. It's Devontae Adams. I mean, but there's going to be games where he comes right back down the line, four catches for 40 yards because he's still trying to build that rhythm with our guys. So, but look, man, I'm so tired of these miscommunications. Like, I'm just sick of this shit, man. Yeah, like, salute to Brian as well. I don't win must be a fart because it sticks.
Yo.
God, bro. Yo, salute to almost 1,400 people here in the building, man. As always, wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. If you're not subscribed yet, man, make sure you hit that subscribe button. But yeah, well, if we had to give a few game balls, man, I definitely would give Spill one. Marcus Sepp, statistically, you look, he had 10 total tackles, 10 solo, a tackle for a loss. But that kind of lets you know how bad this defense was yesterday when your safety has that many tackles. Like, that lets you know how many times the ball carrier got past both levels, most of the first levels of your defense, right?
Yep.
So, I mean, yeah, Epps did his assignment here and there, but that you don't want your safety to damn near lead in tackles.
I've always said that if your safety is leading your team in tackles, you got a serious problem on that defense.
Yeah, man, it's nasty work. You know who else looked good out there yesterday, man? I thought that Nate Hobbs looked good.
Hell yeah.
I thought that Nate looked really good out there. I think he had a pass defense. He had a tackle for a loss. He also had five tackles, 4 solo.
He had that one deflection that had he brought that in, that was to the house.
Yeah, he looked good out there, man. And I want to give my guy Brock one, but I can't. You know, he was targeted 4 times. They didn't find a rhythm with him offensively. He had 3 catches for 41 yards. How do you go away from him when he's already that productive? I don't understand it. But outside of that, you guys, I'm not giving away any game. But I think that everybody on this roster, from top to bottom, doesn't deserve it. They look bad out there as a unit, as a whole. It was nasty work.
Steering away from what worked with that weapon just doesn't make sense at all.
Salute to Aaron. Nobody called out nobody, so where's the leadership? And not even that, Aaron, right? It's like this. AP is speaking, it's subliminal. It's subliminal. AP, you were an old school guy. You were an old school guy, man. Come out and say exactly who it is. Fuck all that, you know what I mean? Like all that.
Say what you mean what you're saying.
Yeah,
be real about it.
AP, the Raider way is this. Watch this. This is the Raider way right here. Y'all fucking sucked yesterday. All of you. Every single one of you.
I'm curious to know if there was anybody that was in that locker room, and I might have to make a phone call later and see what exactly was said behind closed doors yesterday, because I guarantee you there's somebody that's got some intel that they can let us know on.
But you know what? I'm sick of that shit though, Hammer. Like, I don't want to hear about all this shit behind in the locker room and all that, bro. Like, figure it out.
Yeah.
You guys are grown men. Like, I don't understand how people tiptoeing around the problem.
Right.
What's the issue? Address it like men. Keep that shit moving. I understand there's egos in football, especially, the wide receiver position. The corner position, there's prima donnas, a lot of them at those positions. But man, AP, you're supposed to be the leader, man. You're supposed to be the leader, man. Call these guys out.
Think about it this way.
Have fun out there, DB.
How would you say some of your football coaches were growing up?
Bro, they were hard body.
So you see where we are now, right? In 2024, everybody's PC.
Yeah.
Everybody has to baby and coddle people. So a lot of the times, these head coaches, and this is another reason why I think Gruden's no longer in the league, because you knew how Gruden was back in the day. Like, you can't do that shit anymore. So these players, who realistically, a lot of them are still young kids, think that they can do and say whatever they want, but you can't say nothing to them. You can't check them anymore like we used to get checked when we were players.
Oh, we got more than checked. We got checked. We got benched. You know, they would go to our parents. Yo, he shit the bed.
Yeah.
You know, like there was more to it than just hey man, you got to get your shit together.
Right.
You know, there was way more than that. I mean, real quick, salute. Let's get these supers in real quick so we can wrap up the show. Salute to almost 1,400 people in the bill. We're not leaving yet, you guys, so stay tuned. But salute to 2 words, run it. We win, cool. We lose, draft our guy. Salute to Lumpy, man. And it sucks that we're here already in week 3, already feeling like that. What OCs are out there trapped? I have no idea who's going to be available. I keep saying to anybody that's in supers or commented, put a pin in that one, brother, because I have no clue who's going to be available. You know, I know there's going to be some very good head coaching options.
Yep.
I'll tell you that, because Ben Johnson's not going to be offensive coordinator, and if he is, he's not leaving Detroit. That's the only place he'll stay. You know, that'll keep him there, just calling the office.
Speaking about that, Patrick Graham, with how this defense is right now, you think anybody's going to want him as a head coach next season?
Depends on how they go moving forward. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but the thing is this, man. I love Graham. He's monotone. He's chill. I don't think that he can really, truly be a head coach at the next level. Like it's even as much as everybody thinks that Andy Reid is this chill guy. He's not.
Yeah.
Andy Reid calls his players on their shit. You know what I mean? Like I don't know if you guys seen this in week 1 against the Baltimore Ravens at halftime, right? What did Andy Reid say when they were like, yo, what do you need to do to get together in the second half? Shit, limit the turnovers. Okay, guess who threw a pick? Patrick Mahomes. He called his guy out.
Yep.
He called his guy out, the best player in the universe. He called him out.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what you need. You need guys that are going to call people on this shit. And guess what? Pat can be like, you know what? I'm going to clean it up. Because I respect my head coach that much. I need to get my shit together. So, salute to Raider Aaron. Bro, why are we trying to be right when we were being wrong all along? Put Aiden in, period.
Desert, salute to the 2-time champ in the building. I'm ahead of you.
Stupid, bro. Salute to Aaron on the $5 holla, man. Let me see. Bo Harder was a better play caller than Getsy.
Put Getsy in the box, man. Put Getsy up in the box. And that'll be your last chance.
Mo, look, bro, I'm sorry. He would definitely, at least, if this defense can be as good as we think it can be, he's definitely going to get at least a few interviews.
He was offered last year, Mo.
Yeah.
He was offered some head coaching positions last year.
Now, we don't know if it was, you know, them trying to you know, the Rooney Rule. We don't know if some of those teams were just trying to, you know, get that out of the way so they can go get the guy they wanted.
Right.
We don't know that. And that sucks to even have to say that, because Graham is a great defensive mind.
Right.
But I just personally, you know, the more you see him talk at the pressers, the more he's just so chill. He's so, you know, I don't know, man. Like, all these guys that have won multiple championships been hard body guys. Bill Parcells was a hard body coach. You know what I mean? Bill Belichick was a guy that would kill everybody on that team. Like, it was military. Tom Coughlin, one of the toughest motherfuckers in the world. Andy Reid, one of the toughest motherfuckers in the world. Guess why they win championships, you guys? Because of motherfuckers like that. And yes, Andy, salute the way. Yes, the Seahawks definitely were one of the teams that interviewed Patrick Graham.
Right.
Yeah, so, I mean, what do we need to do moving forward, Hammer? I just, you know, because I'm going to save some of my AP talks. I got a lot to talk about that situation, man. And I'm going to get my coffee and combo one tomorrow. But, like, what do we need to do? I mean, is this thing, just looking at this team, because you said it perfectly yesterday, 1 quarter. You said it again today. We have to keep talking about that over and over and over.
Yeah.
We played 1 quarter of good football. You know, like, not even great football, just really good football. And the rest has been very, very bad. Like, what we have personnel-wise, do you think that we can find a way to make some noise? Or is it
Personnel-wise, I don't see why we don't, but at the same time, like, offensively, it starts with first down. You have to get 3.5, 4 yards at least if you think you have the opportunity to convert for the next first down, but you're getting 1, 2, or even going backwards. That's where it starts. First down on offense, you got to get more positive yards. You need to average at least 3.5, 4 plus. This shit has to change in that offensive line. At this time, we're going into week 4. You need to fucking rotate that offensive line by every single possibility, every single scenario that's put in front of you right now. You need to make that change on the offensive line.
Now, do you go back to power? Do you get back to it and you get away from that zone? It's not working in the ground game, man.
Somebody needs to open their mouth and say that. Then if there's, like, even one of these linemen, they need to open their mouths and be like, yo, this shit ain't working. Like, can we go back to doing it this way?
I'm just, man, salute the East Coast. Hey, bro, I got to get you on the show this week. I definitely want to chop it out with my bro. Salute the Laser. Forbid Getsy calling a pass behind the line. We can count on that all day.
Every fucking game.
Hey, you know what, man? His whole offense looks like Josh McDaniels' third downs. His whole offense. Am I lying, bro? Like his whole offense looks like Josh McDaniels' third down.
And then the whole going for it on fourth down, like I remember one of them specifically yesterday where it was like, oh, Minshew is saying that they're going to stay on for this fourth down. Have you converted a fourth down at all this season? Every time you're 2 yards. And even yesterday when they tried to do the keeper, why didn't you have Brock behind Minshew? Everybody else uses that tush push. Why didn't you have Brock Bowers just driving him forward?
I don't get it, man. Salute to I know we're behind on supers, you guys. Our apologies. We'll make sure you guys get your money's worth. Salute to the delayed grats. There's no coach that could win with Minshew and O'Connell with quarterbacks. This is a team playing as constructed. First person fired is the GM. If anybody gets fired, it's going to be Luke Getsy.
Yep.
He's going to be the scapegoat.
Be a scapegoat like he was last year in Chicago.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be the guy. To be the first one out because of how the offense is looking. There's no way you move on from Patrick Graham. I don't know if you move on from James Craig and Joe Philbin. I don't know, but salute to you, man. Salute to Noah Santana, man. We need to go step by step to fix the O-line first. Then we can actually evaluate our quarterbacks. And if that doesn't work, sit the quarterback you like the best for now. Salute to my guy. Salute to my dog. And someone said we were skipping Super. I don't see anymore, bro. So I try to catch up on as many as I could.
Johnny
Fred Hampton. Nah, I don't see it, bro. I don't see a Super, bro.
Johnny probably not because it's going to be a while before I get home and I still have to unload all this stuff and then reset everything in my office. So probably not today. I'm going to reach out to him. No, we'll try to do something if he's available this coming week. But yeah, not today.
Salute to Chef. Yeah, I got to go to LaGuardia here in a little bit, get to the airport, and get back to Texas, man. So salute real quick also to my brothers, man, Wasted, Big Mike Hammer, man, for making this, outside of the Panthers game, making this a forgettable trip. It was unforgettable, man. We had a good time, ran around New York. We had a ball, man. So salute to Chef. My guy plays on the Panthers. He said they knew they were going to win because we came out on BS like we knew we were going to win. You said that, right?
Yep.
Hey, salute to Chef. I'm taking your word at gospel right here, Chef. That is facts. That's crazy, man. Let me see. Yes, Wasted will be live as well, man, doing his rant today. So I get to rest my voice a little bit on the plane. I'm gonna drink some tea, and then tomorrow I'm back at it going crazy. So salute to Can't Get Right, man. Thanks for the Go Raider content, my brothers, man. We appreciate you, man.
Of course.
Real talk. Will you guys get your audio fixed? Well, it was only yesterday, man. The audio was look, bro. Do you understand how many people do you think was in that building yesterday?
Well over 150.
No, way more than that, bro. I'm talking about all the rooms.
Oh, there was probably like over 300 people there because you had the outside bars loaded up too.
Easy. And that's probably an understatement saying 300. So it's difficult, you guys, to be able to handle it with so many people in the building like that. We were trying to figure it out. We ran late. Hammer was there really early. Me and Wasted should have been there early to work, to go and test everything. And, we were a little late. So, but we apologize, you guys, for real, about the audio yesterday. We'll make sure to make the proper corrections. And also for those who joined the Locker app, man, bro, there's nothing I can do yesterday, man. I tried to open up the app. You couldn't do it in New York. Couldn't do it in New Jersey.
Can't do it in New Jersey.
You couldn't even open up the app. So I could not even play it. So it's going to have to wait until next week. Cleveland will be the first week that we do it. So it's 10 weeks, 10 quarters. We'll make sure that we do it. So stay tuned for that as well, you guys. Get some questions in, y'all, before we get out of here. We definitely want to hear you guys' voices.
And we have a special stop to make before we send Graf home. So
there you go. Yeah. Jeremy says, you guys see Mark Davis at the Aces game having a good time. Didn't get beat like his boys didn't get beat down early. I mean, hey, man, they winning. They're winning. Another team that he got is winning. I mean, it Star just won, 3 back-to-back MVPs?
Look. I think the team is going for the third straight WNBA championship.
Yeah, back-to-back champs. I mean, look. I mean, why wouldn't
he has something to smile about, guys.
And Jeremy, man, I was just saying this shit. We was talking on the phone because I remember I said that I seen a picture of him at In-N-Out smiling. It's like, bro, Why wouldn't he be smiling? We went out there and sold that spot out. The cheapest tickets were like $1,000. You know how much money that man made yesterday? You think? I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that he doesn't care about us winning or losing, but that man made a killing yesterday. You guys, he made an absolute killing.
I want to be like him when I grow up.
Yeah, man. So I mean, why would he be upset? You know what I mean? That man is balling, bro. Wasted, man. Get out of here, bro. Get out of here, bro. If it ain't about lemonade, I don't want to hear it.
Oh, here we go.
I don't want to hear it, man.
Here we go.
Yeah, Eli, why wouldn't a billionaire be smiling? Facts. He said Hammer gonna get a yeast infection with them jeans.
Bro, I'm in a tech suit today. Kiss my ass.
Fred, I can't see it. Bro, just ask the question, brother. We got you. I did not see a super value at all, brother. Just put it, I'll find you right now. Put it in the comment section and I'll find the question. He said, get the fuck out of here, bro.
And Wasted said he will be live. I already have it on my channel on this video. So when this video ends, or if anybody rewatches it later, it will automatically be redirected to Wasted's channel. So make sure to pay your bar tab over there, y'all.
Salute to our brother Raider Honcho. Once again, it was good to see our dog last night.
Definitely.
Mark Davis is profit over progress, in my opinion. Hey, man, and most millionaires trying to turn billionaires are.
Yep.
Right? I mean, it just is what it is. I mean, look, bro, we only moved to Vegas specifically for that reason. Finances. I mean, look, you know, we were one of the bottom of the barrel NFL teams for many years out there in Oakland. You ain't never lied, Hunch. The man said, look, I'm trying to turn this into something financially. And now he's not the joke of the NFL anymore.
Nope.
You know what I mean? He took this team from one of the worst financial situations in the world to one of the better ones in the NFL.
Absolutely.
So, hey, I agree, man. Once again, salute to our brother Hunch.
So signed Kareem Hunt and Yannick Ngakoue ASAP.
Hunt just signed with
Did
Cleveland.
he sign with KC or he signed with Cleveland?
Or with KC. Yeah, he signed with KC. So he's no longer available, you guys.
Actually, let's take a look at the running backs real quick. I'm just curious now that somebody mentioned it.
I mean, look, you got a couple guys out there with Sincere McCormick and Dylan Lowby, man.
It's still not using Lowby like they should be. Boston Scott, Damian Harris, Matt Breida.
And see, I think that
Sean
they would.
Kareem Hunt is still there right now.
Nah, this got to be old. I could have sworn he just signed.
This is available now.
He just signed with Kansas City. They said he signed with him.
Let's take a look.
He said from the penthouse to the outhouse. Salute. But I mean, I think that Dylan Lowby and Sincere.
He's back with KC.
Yeah. They're twitchy guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I think they can fit in this more zone system.
Give these kids a shot then.
Yeah.
Stop having them stop having Lowby inactive. If you see that Zeus isn't getting the job done right now, then let Madison get his reps, but get Lowby in there. Get him involved in this offense.
Yeah, he's on the practice squad.
Okay.
So there you go. So they'll probably get him up to speed, and you'll probably see him active very, very soon.
Walt asked any good food there. Ask Graf about the pizza he had on Friday.
Nick's Pizza in the Bronx, dog. My whole mind has changed about New York food. And then we just went to this diner in Long Island that was phenomenal. So, and then Wasted took me to a spot in downtown Newark that was phenomenal as well, like a soul food kind of spot. Me and Big Mike were over there, man. That shit was fire. So yeah, man. Hey, look, I'm gonna be real. I have not had any bad food. Shit, we ate some mall food yesterday. I forgot about that. Yeah, we had a sandwich and soup at this little spot in the mall, and that shit was fire too. Yeah, yo, Graf, Hammer, did they get at you? What you mean, bro?
Oh Lord.
What you mean, man? Salute to Q. I think we got power O linemen trying to run zone.
We talked about that before, Q. Been a minute too, man. Hope you're doing well.
Yeah, salute to our guy Q. I think though, realistically, right, the only player that I think that would fit more in that zone is Andre James. I think that Parham probably fits more of his own scheme. I think Power, you got Colton Miller. I think he'd be great. JPJ, I think would be great in that power, the power scheme up front.
Yep.
I think Mumford would be great as well. You know what I mean? So I think more of our players would fit in that power scheme over that run zone. So definitely, man.
Fucking wasted.
Yeah, it's motherfucking crazy, man. Why sign Hunt? Give Lowby a chance. I mean, yeah, man. You spent what, a 6th-round pick on him?
Yep.
Activate him, man.
I say just get the kid involved then.
Yeah.
Please.
I mean, look, it can't get any worse than what it is already, bro. It's the worst rushing team in the NFL going into week 4, and by probably a large margin.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nothing is going to change. You might as well inject bring Tyree McAllister out there. You know what I mean? Like, give him some reps at the running back position. I know technically we have him as a wide receiver.
Yeah.
This kid, you can line him up in the give Brock Bowers some burn out there at the H-back position, man. Like, why not? You got to change some things up.
Realistically, he might be able to cook a hell of a lot better in the backfield than Zeus can right now.
Yeah.
And fuck that. I'm not even calling this dude Zeus no more. Yours to me. I don't give a shit.
There was a time yesterday, bro. This is how predictable this offense is. We all asked each other, what do you think they're going to do on this drive? I said, I think this next play, they're going to run Zeus. It's going to be a 2 or 3 yard play. And then I think it's a Madison drive from there. What happened? It was literally a 2 or 3 yard game from Zeus. And then Madison got the rest of the reps the whole way. Like, it's so predictable, man. Like, you already kind of know what the hell is going to happen here.
Well, like you talked about this 2 weeks ago, like, yo, whoever has a hot hand, they're the ones that's going to stay in the game. Really? Then keep Madison in the fucking game.
Yeah, and at least he provides you some opportunities in the passing game as well.
Facts.
You know, Zeus is a north-south runner. That's who he is. Simple and plain. So if you want to change things, you guys, we got to get a little creative here, man. Bring up Dylan Lobby. Bring up Sincere McCormick. Bring up one of these guys, man. Let's see what we can do, man. Salute to everybody here in the building. As always, I got to get out of here, man, and go get to the airport. I don't want to be late. Salute, bro. What's up, man?
What's going on, man?
My dog. Salute to everybody that came out last night. Once again, a bar anticipation. We appreciate you guys so much. Salute to the 1,400 people that were here rocking with us. I know Hammer's going to have his show with Joe coming up, and I know they're going to have some intel on what's going on within the locker room, so stay tuned for that. Waste is going to have his rant line open tonight, you guys. Make sure to pull up over to Wasted Talent, Raider Nation Unlimited, and Coffee and Combo tomorrow, you guys. Stay tuned for that. I'm going to get in my bag tomorrow, okay? I'm going to get my voice right. We're going to be in our bag. And then salute to our brother Honcho. I know he's going to be having a video or two, maybe live. I don't know what he got going on, but I know he's going to be active after this. We had a long talk after the game, and I know he's going to be getting more involved in this shit. So salute to him as well. And salute to Big Mike. I know Big Mike is definitely going to have some stuff. He has a lot on his mind right now in terms of this team. So salute to everybody, man. Look, this is a terrible time to be a Raider fan. It is. I hate to say it. You know, we are Raiders at heart. Like, this is what we're not just a football team, y'all. This is life. It's a bloodline. You know what I mean? Like, it hurts that much more when you're a Raider fan. Throw the ones up. You know what I mean? But, you know, it is what it is. And go watch the presser, you guys. Definitely, it starts in about 30 minutes. If we didn't have to get out of here, man, we definitely cover it. But I'll give my takes on it tomorrow, and I know Hammer will as well. But other than that, man, once again, you guys, we love y'all. We appreciate you guys, and we are out of here. Wipe them feet, break them thumbs. Hit that subscribe button on both channels. Salute.